Wallkill Valley Railroad, Part 3, Springtown, New Paltz, Gardiner, Wallkill, and Walden. Enjoy.
Alright, came down County Route 7, Springtown Road, a little farther south of Rosendale. We got the next kind of major public crossing here. And it actually crosses the Wallkill here. So, I hope Sam's okay there for a moment. Let's go check it out. Oh, look. You never know where you're going to see an old Rodney Silvernail from Stanfordville truck. Yeah. Gonna go out this way here, cross some lowlands. Of course, the superstructure of this bridge is, we'll call it original. It was probably originally a wooden trestle, but the decking and everything is all new for the rail trail. Yep. Got the original stone abutments down there, and the back there were more pillars and columns there. Here we are, out over the Wallkill. So the Wallkill River, I believe, somebody correct me if I'm mistaken, the Wallkill River is one of those rare rivers that runs south to north. I believe I've heard that, read that, possibly been told, or maybe won 20 bucks in a drunken barroom brawl one night. We got a log jam here. Yep, that's a log jam. See how they V'd? Let's see if we can get that from over here. There we go. Yeah. They V'd that center river pier right there, so things would deflect around it. Looks like it's working good, doesn't it? Yeah. Probably would have been a lot worse if it was just a blunt square edge. Anyway, yep, we're out here on the Wallkill Valley Rail Trail, out over the Wallkill. See, this side here is square because the current's going the other way, south to north. All right, let's go back. I don't need Sam getting towed. Here we go. Springtown Road, County Route 7, Ulster County Route 7. In between Rosendale and New Paltz. See him? See her? All right, next stop along our north to south trek along the Wallkill Valley is New Paltz. Here's the New Paltz station. Now, I've heard the New Paltz station was in pretty rough shape years back, and somebody bought it personal and put a lot of money into it, and it does look like it. Oh, here's the infamous paved trail. And here it is. It's been a few different restaurants, I guess, over the years since it's been restored. This was quite a large station. Ooh, I got some good smells. You got smell-o-vision? There's a couple restaurants here in town, actually tantalizing my taste buds. Anyway, we'll head up to Stewart's and grab a snack or two. Just wanted to get you this. It's fancy schmancy right now. It's actually awaiting new owners or new ownership or new management or something. But nonetheless, it is the New Paltz train station on the Wallkill Valley. Okay, kids, there you go. Got a complete walk around. Oh, we got the notorious smoked windows. Yeah, it's got good bones. Good bones. All right, seen enough? I have. Okay, here's my shameless plug for Stewart's Shops. I believe they started out in Saratoga Springs area, and they started out with one store. They're up to almost 400 stores now. Stewart's keeps me going. We got a hard roll of donut and a couple of meatballs. I'll sit here and Sam for a minute and chow down. And I just pulled into the old Agway here in New Paltz. I'm going to go out back and see if I can find a siding, because most of the old Agways had sidings. Let's go see. First, meatballs. Alright, we got the second in the Wallkill Valley Railroad. We've got the second batch of actual iron rails. Get down in here. We're still here in New Paltz. This was a crossing right here. It was a wagon road. It was actually a bluestone road. But as we've seen many times, they used iron rails to support the road. 1, 2, 3, 4 in this case. And these big, giant pieces of bluestone were actually the road, and they've collapsed down. So that's pretty wild. This was a crossing for something. We're not quite sure what, but we're just south of New Paltz. We're still in New Paltz, just south here. Actually, we're at the New Paltz trailhead, which is right over there where they park and get on their bicycles. A lot of bricks in the ground here. Have to pull one out and see if we can get a name off of it. Yeah, I thought I'd get this. A lot of brick debris in the ground over there. Looks like some green and blue insulators. Some period correct glass and debris over there. There's a copper wire. Must have been telegraph poles. And there's the bed. That's the railroad bed right there. Right there. See if we can find a brick with a name on it. There's a bunch of them here. What do we got? Not sure. Oh. L-O-W. Okay. There's a L-O-W-E, L-O-W-N. We need to find a complete one. They're all broken. Might be one over there. I gotta jump. Huh. You guys, oh, it's L-O-W-E because there's an E right there. See if we can find a complete one. Oh. What about this? Nope. There's one. But that's an old one right there. Oh yeah, it's got L-O-W-E on it. That's an old one. We're all through the bank here. So, there was a brick plant. Or there was a brick structure here. And they tore it down. Or it fell down. Well, enough of standing here in the creek. When I find a good low, there's one there. When I find a good one, I'll turn you back on. In the meantime, you're standing in the middle of the creek with me. Boy, that sure is a nice chunk of iron. Looks like it's about 30 feet long, 18-inch diameter. Sure would like to have it. I could not find a plow brick that was whole enough to take. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the iron rails from above. They went over to there, crossed right here. There's a road. There's a whole bunch of brick ruins over there. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this was some sort of a mill here. Anyway, iron rails. The only other ones we found so far were up there behind Bin Water, Spring Water, up there in Kingston. That bridge. So let's keep going, and we'll see what we can find on down the line. I think Gardiner is going to be our next stop. All right, let's go. Well, Tesla, Elon Musk, could that be a thing of the future? I don't know. Concrete culvert here on the Wallkill Valley, on the trail south of New Paltz. I passed it, I turned around. Oh look, first snake of the year. Can you see him? He's fishing. He's right down there in the water. Huh, there he is. I bet you can see him now. There's a garter or a ribbon. Huh. There he goes. See you, buddy. Alright, let's keep going. Heading south on 208. You're going to see Boppy's Lane, private. Stay there, Sam. There's an original iron truss bridge crossing a pretty substantial creek. Yep. Gonna be a bike rider going over it soon. He doesn't know it. He's on film. So long, buddy. Yep. Beautiful. Concrete on this side, stone on that side. We got an original road down there. Let's see if we can't sneak on this side of the guardrail. We don't get killed, crushed, smacked, dismembered. Oh yeah. There's this down there. So you got right down there, that's the original road. Highway road. Went that way. There's another stone column up there, culvert. Cool, let's keep going. All right, we made it down to Gardiner and got some more rails. There's a spike. So this was a siding just north of 4455. As I suspected, it was right here. Yep, main line is the trail. Switch was probably right up in here somewhere. This is clearly a siding that went up into that big red building way up there. And here we go. Get off the beaten track a little bit, you find this stuff. Looky, look. Can we get a name or a date? I want a name or a date. Not gonna get one. Not today, Junior. Anyway, yeah. This was the siding that went up to that big red building. We'll have to find out what that was. Whether it was lumberyard, something. But this is the third spot on the entire trail so far, on the entire Wallkill Valley, since from Kingston south to Gardiner, that we've actually got iron rails. Right there. Hey, we'll take it. A lot of ties. I don't see any evidence of any switch or switch stand or anything. That would be really cool to find, but not today. Alright, let's get out of here with our lives and see if we can talk to somebody in that building. Iron rails. So here are still some ties in the ground from this siding. There's another remnant right there. Alright, we found another siding. So here's the big red building I was talking about. Siding is right back there, and it would have come in, it looks like it went more that way to the other side of that building. But there's two big, it is a brand new building, but I'm sure it replaced one that used to be here, and they made it look retro because it's all concrete block foundation, concrete poured, and it's got two simulated sliding doors where probably on the older building and boxcars would have unloaded. Cool. Let's go around to the front. Okay, so this is the original front part of the building, and right along in here would have been where that siding came. That's the brand new building in the back. Probably was a lumber yard, my guess. Anybody know for sure? Way up there in the air, plane coming in Stewart International Airport. We're getting close to Newburgh. Yep, so this was probably a lumber yard. So the name of this little street here, running perfectly parallel with and into, there's that old lumber yard building, we're assuming a lumber yard. It's called Station Square. And if you know what to look for and where to look, you can still find ties in the ground. There's one, there's one, there's one, and oh look, here's Sam. There's one right behind Sam. So this was the yard here, and I'm assuming this is what's left of some foundation parts and pieces from the actual station. Yep. I'm assuming the station was right here because we got a light stanchion here, another one here. There's your 4 bolts, and oh look, iron rail and a tie and an iron rail. Yes sirree. Here's some more stones in line. I do believe this was the station site right here. This was definitely the yard, because here is
ring ring.
Uh-oh.
Ring 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 ring.
Somebody wants me. I don't know what's worse, that crow up in the tree or my phone.
Ring 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 ring.
Well, let's see. That just goes south. Oh, wait a second. What's that building up there? Library. Let's go look at that. This building here is way too new. I'm going to say at least one of the stations was right here, freight or passenger. What's your problem, buddy? All right, let's move on. We've got evidence of a foundation, We got a couple of yard light tower stanchions here and here. We've got rail and tie, and we've got more foundation here, right here, and we've got the ties in the ground behind Sam right here. We found it. Oh well, that library was built in 2008. Didn't pan out to be anything, but we got this little creek here, and voila, beautiful stone culvert. Beautiful. I mean beautiful. That is all stone laid out flat on the ground in this beautiful, look at those ledge of stone. Wow, this is gorgeous. I'm glad I saw this. Again, you gotta keep your eyes wide open all the time. Geological survey marker right there. There's 309 feet above sea level. Let's go look at the other side. Here's the other side. I can't get to the opening because the water there is about 4 feet deep, but I stand totally corrected. Those pieces on the ground that I thought were stone, they're wooden ties. They're wood. Wow. And they've lasted this long. That is incredible. This stone culvert here and that wood has got to be, what is this, 2023? 1923 would be 100 years ago. It's got to be 40 years before that. That wood on the ground with constant water running over it is 140 plus years old. Wow. There's something else over here. The remnants of a concrete dam. Yep. Oh well. Let's move on. We got a couple more stops to make, and this stuff is growing. And I'm getting old. Not sure if you can see them or not. Right there. Let's see how good Mr. Finger does. Right there. Right down there. They're round, preformed concrete fence posts. Hello, kiosk. Probably made with, yeah, there's one. Right there. Probably made with Rosendale cement. What do you think? All right, we gotta get in the car and drive a little bit. Hope you guys are enjoying this Wallkill Valley one. I do not know much about this area, so we're kind of finding as we go. There's Sam. Do you see it? Came down from Gardiner. Sand Hill Road. Sand Hill Road. Down around Maybrook Road. And I was driving and not really watching the road, looking for cool stuff, and we found this. Concrete underneath the road over there. This is concrete here, but that's original stone right there. This bank is really steep and covered. I mean covered in vines, pricker bush vines. But look at that. That's a beauty. That's a gorgeous one. Here's one of those stone meet concrete. Concrete meet stone. Right there. Oh, that's about 60 or 70 feet long. Yeah. That's original. Wallkill Valley stonework. Alright, gotta get back up. Here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're working their way this way. Anyway, here we are, kids. You might know what that is. That's the Wallkill Valley Railroad corridor right there. We are on Denniston with a D. And right in there I see a couple more of those concrete pilings, if you will, right on the bed itself, like we saw a while back up around Kingston area. Not sure what they were. Anyway, Denniston Road from here south, they could not do the rail trail because just down over yonder is a federal penitentiary, or it might be just state, I'm not sure. Shawangunk. So they couldn't have, you know, bikes and people walking, pushing baby carriages going through a prison. They're getting closer. They're starting to find some greenery out there. Yep, things are greening up. So let me turn around. So that's south towards Walden and Wallkill. Sam is sitting right on the bed, as he does all the time. Sam spends a lot of time in bed. This is northbound, ultimately towards Kingston, but more recently towards, where were we? Gardiner. So I wanted to show you this Wallkill Valley Rail Trail, mile 0.0. So this is where it officially Denniston Road, there's the spelling for you in case you're following along. So this is where it officially becomes a rail trail, and it's nothing but the old road bed, ballast, stones, grass. Yeah, I imagine it's they mow it, but that goes right on up there towards Gardiner. So we've come to the end of the rail trail part. We're going to continue to follow this bed down. I managed to squeak out maybe another hour and a half or 2 hours worth of time today to bring you the latest and greatest. Southbound, here we go. So long, kids. Oh, there's more of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them now. And there's a bunch way in the back up there. We're getting close. So long, guys. It's a sad day. Came down to 208 to where it hits 300 past the Shawangunk Correctional Facility, and we came to this old Elsie's place. They used to have bands in here. We played here once 30 years ago. I kind of lost track of where I was. Elsie's place. And it's called Elsie's place because Elsie the cow was the trademark for Borden's milk and Borden's ice cream and Borden's dairy products. And in case you're wondering, we're almost to Wallkill, and Borden's has a connection to Wallkill. So we got the bridge out here on Borden Road, and I do believe that's part of the Borden estate over there. All that up in there, that was probably a Borden house at one point in time. This bridge has been deemed unfit for vehicular traffic. Gee, I wonder why. Huh. Yeah, looks like it's caving in. Anyway, came to the end. We'll have to backtrack and go around another way. It's a beautiful old barn right there. Borden Road in Wallkill. Came out of Borden Road, turned on to Straw Ridge. We got a beautiful silo. original Borden estate right here. The gates and the stone columns. The mansion is down there. We're gonna go on up around and see if we can't follow Borden Circle and maybe find where we can film those barns. Okay, there's a barn back there. This here's a new house, but we're on this Borden Circle, and these I do believe are all the workers' houses. Check them out. Yep. These would have been the employees' houses. Borden's Creamery here in Wallkill. There's quite a nice old stone building there, a milk house maybe. The School of The School of what? The School of Practical Philosophy. Well, this is the old Borden estate, and now it's a School of Practical Philosophy. I didn't know there was such a thing as practical philosophy. This was it. This was Borden's. And I do believe the rail line is dead center here. Hey buddy, what you doing? What you doing? Hi bud. Are you practically philosophical? Snake. That's an old Borden's barn right there. Wow. Yeah man. Another one. There's another one. And we quite possibly could be on the rail line. I just don't know. I do know this was Gail Borden's Creamery. No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are. I think we may be on private property here. Let's see. Got mailboxes. Borden's house or the original part. That's about as best I can do. We're gonna find two more spots. Yep, another stone column there and another one there. So this was definitely, oh, look at those iron hinge pins there, concreted right into it. This one here has been touched up, probably hit with a truck. And there are the other two way down there. That went to the house, and this was for the barns. Okay kids, we came down out of that Borden's Creamery entanglement, and we're here on Lake Osirus Road. How we ended up here, I don't know. But This is where my map showed a rail crossing, but now it's a rail trail. And of course, here comes a Kenworth. That goes down that way into Walden. So this is probably still the same rail line. That's 208 out there. We're going to go out there, take a left, and go into Walden. All right, we made it to Walden. We made it to Walden. We got a rail plate right there. We got a beautiful set of stone abutments right here. Another one over there. There was a big high trestle right here. And they call this the Walden Wallkill Rail Trail. Let's go that way and see what we can find. Huh. It's all still the Wallkill Valley, I do believe. Here we go. Think there's any rails up here? Doubtful. Oh, we got ties still in place. So that way goes to Wallkill, Borden's, Wallkill, and then eventually Gardiner and blah 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 all the way up to Kingston. And this is the end of the line right here. Right there. Cool. Well, look at what we found. We're still here in Walden. Came to the other side of the stone abutment that we were on, which is just on the other side of that crest right there. An old Willie's. A Jeep. Is it a Buddha? It's a Hayes bumping post. There's the end of the line right there. Wallkill Valley Railroad. No more tracks. That's it. Right there. Bethlehem Steel, 1986. Brand new. Yeah. So, we got that big long building there. It's on an angle. I bet there was a siding at some point right here. I bet there was a switch. Went to a siding that went to that building. Let's go take a peek. See what we can find. Got a railroad tie in there. I don't know. It might be old enough. But nonetheless, we're here in Walden, nearing the end of my day. I've got a long ride home from here. But this is where we're going to end the southbound trek of the Wallkill Valley. As I'm walking on these ties, I am looking to my right, see if I see any evidence of a switch or a siding. I don't. Oop, I better watch the ties. Yeah, it's got that perfect angle where there would have been one there. Let's go look. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes there's a rail sitting there popping out at you. Nope, don't see anything. And it's kind of close to the road. It wouldn't have been on that side. Well, let's go check. There's the Union House Inn. Well, There's definitely an old feed and granary. Yep, here in Walden. Anyway, there it is. Cool old building over there. Hard to tell what the letters said. Anybody know? It's hard to tell from here. Anyway, little bypass switch. Permanently, well, it's not permanent. Nope. New sentry stand. Bethlehem. Pretty modern. Pretty modern. Pretty modern stuff. Pretty rusty. Not really in use. Goes on down. It's tracks from here down. Now this would have tied into the Maybrook line. This would have tied into the probably Lehigh, New England, maybe. I'll have to look. But it tied into the Maybrook line, and it also tied into the Middletown O&W. I'm almost sure of that. On down that way farther. So, here's something Company Inc. Pences. I don't know. Cool little building right on the tracks. All right. Say goodbye, Russ. Goodbye, Russ. There you go. That's what this building was. Hot air engines. Awesome. So somewhere in those old writings on the wall of that building, and it must say Ryder Engines. There's the office building right there, office doors. Oh, this is awesome. Truck unloading on this side, rails on the other. Awesome. Corner of Grant and Elm in Walden, right on the line. All right, I'll read it to you. Huge rail center. The largest railroad terminal in the East was built in this village in 1910. It supported its 1,200 residents from 1910 to 1974 and employed as many as 1,500. You know where we are. Yes, you do. We're in Maybrook, New York. The New Haven, Pennsylvania, the Ontario and Western, Lehigh, New York Central, Central New England, Erie, Lehigh, New England, Central New Jersey, New York, New Haven, and Hartford. They all came through here. If there was any time when America was alive and prospering, Maybrook was part of it. This was the king of the rail yards here in the East. The Maybrook line, I did a video or two where I've mentioned that. Actually, the Whaley Lake episode was the Maybrook line. It came through Hopewell. Anyway, there's not a whole lot left. There's a museum somewhere around here. Of course, it's closed. 1912. Part of a lentil over roundhouse doors. It was originally 14 feet long, 4 feet high, and 2 feet wide. That's what's left of it. Yellow freight is here. And that's about it. This little steel-sided caboose. Alright. I hope you all enjoyed the Wallkill Valley line that we did. I had fun doing it. I'm going to jump on Interstate 84 here. I'm going to head north on the New York State Thruway, pay my $1,000 in tolls, and head back north towards the mighty white north. Okay, see you next time.